Officials from Arena Holdings spent day 5 of the public hearings on media and digital platforms market at pains to explain how the prevalence of digital platforms and the lack of controls have negatively affected the company and its publications. Arena Holdings publishes newspapers titles such as the Business Day, the Daily Dispatch, the Sunday Times and the Sowetan, with the oldest of its newspaper, the Herald, with 179 years in circulation. Arena has cautioned that if not addressed, the anti-competitive winner-takes-all approach by Google and Facebook will eventually lead to the closure of media houses in the country.
The digital platform companies have used their technology head start and substantial financial means to distort the South African digital marketplace, where they outcompete local news and media organizations. This runs the risk of foreclosing and eventually bankrupting Arena and other traditional South African news and media organizations, while having no transformational agenda for the country through ownership, supply chain management control, or investments.
The company says fact-checking capabilities to label misinformation are non-existent on digital platforms, giving way to plagiarism and serving to threaten the field of journalism. Arena Holdings employs over 700 journalists and media practitioners.
At its core, journalism serves as a beacon of truth, striving to illuminate the world with verified information amid a sea of noise and misinformation. I'm raising this, colleagues, because there is a misconception out there that anyone who has a smartphone, and because of the opportunities that digital platforms like Facebook, X and YouTube, and I'm sure this argument has been made here, can produce journalism. That is not our view as Arena Holdings. We believe that only journalists can produce journalism.
The company has also raised issue with the digital platform's contribution to taxes, which it says are marginal compared to that of local media houses.
Let's take, for example, the fact that digital advertising makes up to an estimate of 81% of the 12 billion to 14 billion total advertising spend in South Africa, and it is growing at an estimate of 31% year on year. Of this, Google and Facebook secured near monopolies in the most critical advertising categories, with 99% of paid search revenues going to Google and more than 80% of social media advertising going to Meta. When banded together, it means more than 80% of the total digital advertising revenue is secured by two companies in a market with more than 100 independent news and media brands.
The company is proposing remedial action to address what it calls anti-competitive behavior in the digital marketplace.
A consideration on a mandatory industry code to be implemented to govern takedown processes on digital platforms operating in South Africa. This, we believe, will assist us in enforcing our copyright and protect our content on the digital platforms.
The inquiry is looking into the distribution of media content on digital platforms and the advertising technology markets that connects buyers and sellers of digital advertising. In the coming week, the SABC, Reuters, Microsoft, Bing and Google will be taking the stand before the month-long oral hearings. Katlego Logodi, SABC News, Johannesburg.